Some of the best time friends have with each other is when they travel, when they go to places, the ride, the location, the time, the conversations. And that is where Muhammad ﷺ enjoyed one of his best time of his life. And that is the journey of Israa and Mi'raj. The best friend of the Prophet ﷺ wakes him up in Makkah, takes him to the Kaaba, opens his heart, washes his heart again. This happens four times in the life of the Prophet ﷺ. Jibril salam picks him up. The ride is prepared. Buraq is taking the Prophet ﷺ. This unbelievable ride, that leap of this ride, one leap, one step, the Prophet ﷺ says, was as far as the eye could see. It would cut through the clouds. Allahu A'lam what this ride was, but it was something that was divine from Allah SWT. But guess who's with the Prophet ﷺ this entire journey? Jibril salam, gliding in the air, landing in Baytul Maqdis, going to the seven heavens, meeting the prophets. The entire time, Jibril and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, conversation after conversation, question after question, inquiry after inquiry, and they come across this location when the Prophet ﷺ is flying over Egypt. And he smells something. And he says, Ya Jibril, ma hadhi al-rahiya, ma hadhi al-raihat al-tayyiba. What is this beautiful fragrance? What is this smell that I can smell from above in the clouds, down on earth? What is the smell? Is it Jannah? Is it Sidratul Muntaha? Is it paradise? Is it the highest levels of the heavens? What is this smell? Jibril salam says, this is the smell from the grave of Mashitah. This is the smell of the hairdresser who used to comb the hair of Pharaoh's children. From her grave, this smell is coming. La ilaha illallah. And the story goes, she accepted the religion of Musa alayhi salam. And she believed in Musa when the entire Egypt was trying to attack and kill Musa. And as she is combing the hair of the daughter of Pharaoh, she drops her comb. It falls by accident. She reaches to grab the comb from the ground and she says, Bismillah. And the daughter of Pharaoh right away says, Alaka Rabbun ghayra abi? Do you believe in a Lord besides my Lord? She said, Bismillah. In the name of Allah, who is the Lord of the heavens and the earth. She says, my Lord, your Lord, the Lord of your father is Allah. What's there to fear? This news reaches Pharaoh. And Pharaoh cannot bear anyone, even a simple worker, hairdresser, accepting the religion of Musa alayhi salam. He orders a pot to be filled with water, oil, and this woman is going to be a lesson for the entire Egypt. Anyone, even if it's a hairdresser, a worker, family, later on his wife, doesn't matter who it is. If they denounce me as God, na'udhu billah, and they believe in Musa as a prophet and Allah is the only God, I will torture them. And he makes a story and a lesson, a case through Mashitah. And one by one, Mashitah has children, beautiful children. One by one, she's told, if you don't denounce the religion of Musa alayhi salam, we will throw each one of your children into this boiling pot. And one by one, in front of her eyes, her children are going to be tossed into this boiling pot of oil. She has one request. She says to the army of Pharaoh, when you eventually kill me, can you gather our bones, whatever is remaining of us after we die, put us all in one cloth and bury us in one grave. At least we want to be buried together. And they said, of course, we will respect your request. And this is exactly what happened. Finally, after 3 children are tossed into this pot, the last child, who's a toddler, in some narrations, infant, who can't even speak, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, out of the miracle, the infinite power of Allah, made this child speak to the mom. And the mother was becoming reluctant. Her belief was there, but seeing this torture over and over, it weakened her emotionally. The daughter says to the mom, Isbiri ya umma, oh my mom, stay strong. Stay strong. God's promise is true. And the youngest child is thrown into this pot. And next is the mother. Then the mother is thrown into this pot. And years later, 2,000 years later, the Prophet ﷺ and his friend are gliding over the same earth, and they smell the fragrance from the grave of Mashita and her children. This is the experience of a friend with the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and the discussions and the fragrance of these discussions lasts forever. And this is how you know a good friend brings good stories, gives you insight. But the best time a person has with a friend is when they travel together. And this is Jibril and Muhammad in the journey of the night to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.